Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do a full face of drugstore makeup. I have some new goodies that I was able to pick up. Let's try these products out. Let's get right into it. We got the new goods here. I'm gonna start off with eyeshadow. I'm wearing blue today, so I figured let's do like a blue inspired eyeshadow. Going in with the Profusion Dreamscape eyeshadow palette. And I'm gonna start off with the shade Illusion. And that shade is going to be our first base layer transition color. To deepen her up, I'm going to go in with the shade Dreamy. This one's more of a mid-tone blue, which is perfect for this look. Just applying it in the outer corner, going forward to the lid. You do want to pack that on before diffusing the edges out. I'm going to go more with a flat brush just to really pick up that color. Just like that. Going in with the first brush and just diffusing the edges. I'm just going to go ahead and go back with that same shade. Honestly, if I would have went with a white base, it would have definitely enhanced the blue. But it's all good. I just want to add a pop of blue. I'm going to go in with the shade Cloud 9, which is the lighter blue of this palette, and then just pop that right in the inner corner. You do want to take your time with this one because you want it to go as evenly as possible. That's pretty. Going back with the other brush that has the first shade, I'm going to diffuse the edges. Let's go in with the shade Tranquility. And I actually want to create a wing with that shadow. Hopefully it pops up. That's very gorgeous. Going back with Tranquility and just adding that into the crease right here to add depth. Let's move on. I'm going to go in with the Euphoria Half Magic. This is their pressed glitter in the shade Feel Something. This might be the only product and not going to be in the affordable side, but I picked it up because I feel like it would match with the eye look. This is what the packaging looks like, and this is the shade. It looks like a white base. I'm going to do a quick swatch for you guys. Look how stunning that shade is. It has a shift of blue and purple. I figured that would match with the look today. I'm going to pop that right in the center, building that glitter up, then lightly pressing that down. Look at how stunning that is. I definitely recommend picking her up. And their formula is the same wet to dry formula, so you're going to feel a wet sensation, but it's going to dry down. But how stunning that glitter is, you guys. Absolutely love. Feels super bouncy on the eye. Obsessed. Make sure you put the little sponge back so it doesn't dry out. So pretty. Can't wait to see this in like dark lighting. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Incredicurl for my lashes, and this one's great because it doesn't clump up your lashes right away. Gives you a curl and a lift without it being clumpy. Very nice. I'm gonna skip on lashes. Let's go straight into complexion. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blurring Primer. I always go back to this one because it is the best drugstore primer to smooth out your pores. Gives a nice cooling sensation. And it's just the best. It doesn't make your makeup peel or anything of that. I'm going to go a little bit with this e.l.f. Putty Color Corrector. I have this one in the shade Light Medium. Going to prep the under eyes just a little bit. Just add a little bit of brightness around the nose. You can see that difference. Definitely brightens up your under eyes. You can also wear this alone. You just want a quick pick-me-up. For the outer perimeter, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Lumi Glotion. This one's in the shade Medium Glow. Give it a good shake. I feel like this shade translates way too light on my skin. That's why I only apply it on the high points. Yeah, definitely have to go in with a darker shade. New foundation alert. I have the NYX Professional. This is their Make 'Em Wonder foundation. I picked up the shade 20 Classic Tan. Going to give this a good shake. and it's supposed to be a buildable foundation. We're gonna try her out. This is what the applicator looks like. I'm gonna go in with that much. I'm gonna start from the center and then blending my way out. Yeah, I can definitely see how this is buildable. It's just spreadable enough where you can add more and build as much product as you like, which that's pretty good because I don't like when foundations are too spreadable and then it's kind of hard to maneuver the product. Definitely a soft matte finish, but it's not an uncomfortable matte. Doesn't feel dry at all on the skin, and I do have dry skin. I think the shade is all right. It's not the best, but I can still make it work. This is what the foundation looks like. Honestly, I think in person it looks a little bit better, but on camera it's looking a little too light. I don't know if it could be that I went in with that Lumi lotion and it kind of messed up the coloring of the foundation, but we're just gonna make it work. Formula wise, it feels very nice. It doesn't feel drying at all. For it to be a soft matte foundation, it truly is a soft matte foundation. I'm gonna have to keep seeing if this is going to be a good shade for my skin, but so far I'm liking the way it sits. It reminds me of the Maybelline Skin Tint, where it's thin and it just applies an even amount of coverage. But so far so good, I like. Let's go in with liquid bronzer. I have the ColourPop New Liquid Bronzer. I picked up the shade Sands Beach, and this is supposed to be just a weightless liquid bronzer. This is what the packaging looks like. Love the little heart detail. And this is what the product looks like. I'm gonna go in with the dot method. So just a few dots here and right here. I'm gonna go in with about that much. Then I'm just going to stamp that product in. Oh yeah, very easy to blend. Giving me that nice color payoff, bronzing up the skin. It has the perfect amount of pigment. Even though you think you would overdo it, you won't. It is very natural, and look at that. That looks so skin-like. Okay, so you would definitely not have to worry going in with the dot method because it is pretty natural, but at the same time giving you that color payoff. Just depositing the right amount of pigment. And if I went in with too much, I kind of just apply it on this side just to even it out. That's gorgeous, you guys. I like this formula more than the stick for sure. The stick is still a good formula, but I kind of prefer more this liquid one. Something about it is just more easier to blend. Just going with whatever's left on my nose. And that is what the liquid bronzer looks like. That looks good. Looking up close on my mirror and it looks very skin-like. Love how it gives me that bronze effect. Okay, so far I really enjoy this formula. Definitely is going to be my favorite more than the stick. Definitely prefer this one. Love. A newer liquid blush in my collection are these from Moira. These are their Love Steady liquid blush. I'm gonna go in with Forever Mine and Whole Heart. So I got these for the blush transition, which I did do a reel on it. Honestly, you guys, I'm so obsessed with the blush transition. The way it just helps melt your liquid blush with your under eye concealer is just so stunning. Chef's kiss. I'm going to melt those two together and just blend it very close to my under eyes and then blending that back. Look at how gorgeous that color is. I feel like the camera doesn't do any justice, but in person it looks so pretty. Bringing it across the nose because why not? Okay, stunning. I would say this is more of a luminous but like natural liquid blush. So it's not going to be a matte formula, which makes it more easier to use as a liquid blush. So excited for this concealer. I've been seeing everyone use this concealer and just talking about it. This is the Essence Silky Blur Concealer. Hydrating, long-wearing concealer. I picked up the shade 180. Let's see what she's about. It was the only shade I found in stock for me. This is what the applicator looks like. And let's go out of town. Okay, this shade might be too dark or a little bit dark. But let's just see how she blends. So far, it does feel hydrating from initial application. See how she blends. I definitely would have to go back for a different shade because this one's a little bit too dark. I feel like it matches with my skin tone. Okay, that blended out pretty easily. Okay, that looks very nice. Not bad. It feels lightweight and it blended out with ease. Definitely going to top this off with a bright corrector just to really brighten up the under eyes. Okay, definitely smoothed out my under eyes. So far, I like the way she's looking. I'm gonna go in with this Ulta Beauty color corrector. This is their pink rose shade. We're gonna have to brighten her up because the concealer was pretty dark for my skin tone. Let's just go with that one on top. But so far, the formula was pretty nice. It felt very hydrating. I can't wait to see how this would look underneath powder. So yeah, you see much better. Blending that into the blush. Go back with that blush brush and melt those worlds together. Just like that. I stepped out and I came back and I'm looking at the concealer and it looks so smooth, you guys. I'm actually impressed. I'm really liking how this is looking so far. I can't wait to pick up a more lighter shade just to really see the formula on its own. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild loose setting powder. Set that concealer down. For the rest of my skin, I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour powder foundation. This one in the shade 260 Golden Sun. I'm going to add this very lightly on the skin since we do have a more matte foundation. Just very lightly setting that perimeter. Just smoothing out the complexion. Let's go in with bronzer. I have the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer. I picked this one up in the shade 320 Caramel Truffle. So excited to use this. I've heard so many great things about this bronzer. This is going to be your more baked luminous formula, which I'm so excited because I know it's going to give me a nice radiance to the skin. I'm going to grab some of the product and I'm just going to apply to see the pigmentation. Not really dusting anything off, just going straight into my skin. Oh wow, that looks gorgeous. Going on underneath my cheeks, underneath my chin, right on the edge of my nose, and we can see before and after how pretty that is. I like how you don't have to dust off like going with your hands. You still can if you don't want an extreme color payoff, but I like how it doesn't look muddy. Just adding that bronzy effect onto the skin while giving you that glow. And it's pretty buildable, so you can build the color up. So stunning. I'm so happy how Drugstore makeup is definitely improving. This is what Caramel Truffle looks like on the skin. It's giving bronze, but also providing that radiance into the skin I love. Definitely impressed me. And of course, I had to pick up the blush formula. So this is the CoverGirl Skin Enhancer. This one's in the shade 420 Strawberry Drizzle. Look how stunning that shade is. This is what the shade looks like. Such a pretty bright pink shade. I'm gonna go right in. Oh yeah, these are definitely pigmented. No, I am noticing that these do offer a little bit of a blur. Yeah, it's definitely smoothing out my cheeks while providing that lush color. Now I can see why people love this formula. It adds color while also blurring out your skin. I mean, I am obsessed with this shade, you guys. That looks so gorgeous. I would have to say these are one of my favorites out of this video. So good. To add a little brightness, I'm just going to go in with the Revolution Powder Puffs powder. This is in their pink shade. I'm just going to add this right in the center of my under eyes, dusting that into the blush just to smooth out the blush and the under eyes. Let's finish off the eyes. I'm just going to go in with the same blue shades of this palette. I'm going to go in with this Vivid Brights eyeliner from NYX. This is in the shade Blue Thing. Now, I don't know how this is gonna go, but let's just try it out. I feel like adding that right in the outer corner. Just like that for a little pop. Adding that right underneath. Kind of connecting that into the wing. Not bad. Adding a little inner corner highlight. I'm adding Vision from the palette. Okay, love. Let's go in with the lips. You guys know how we all love our Cold Brew from NYX. The other day I picked up the OG Cold Brew from NYX. I want to do a side-by-side comparison to see the difference of both shades. So that is the OG Cold Brew. So we have Cold Brew, OG. I feel like the OG is just a bit tad darker than Cold Brew. And they both have a red undertone. I just feel like Cold Brew does pull out a little bit more red. So that is the difference. Let's line all over with OG Cold Brew. That is what the OG Cold Brew looks like on the lips. So pretty. I honestly love both. It just depends how dark I want to go in with my lip line. I want to go with this on its own. This is the NYX Jelly Job Lip Gloss. And I picked her up in the shade Jelly Icing. Such a gorgeous Barbie doll pink. This is what the applicator looks like. Almost similar to that Essence concealer one. That smells so good. Very gorgeous. The applicator kind of does make it a little hard to apply the lip gloss. It's not helping me apply an even amount on the lips. But I gotta say, that's stunning. This is what Jelly Icing looks like. So juicy. It does make it more easier to clean off, so your wand doesn't get dirty. It's just the application is just a little bit uneven to apply on the lips. Go in with a brush just to remove any excess lip gloss. But that is gorgeous, you guys. I love that lip combo. Last but not least, we have setting spray. We have these two to try out. First, we have the Hard Candy. This is their Glass Unlock setting spray. This is supposed to be a dupe for the one size. Next, we have the Milani Make It Last Microfine setting spray. This is supposed to be a more finer version of their original. Just apply these on each side of the face. Make sure you give it a good shake. That's a nice fine mist. It feels so fine on the skin, you guys. I can't even explain how fine that mist is. And let's go in with Milani, and this one just gives a natural 16-hour wear, just like their original. Ooh, that's pretty fine. Ooh, it has a very light scent, but it's very light. I would say the difference between these two, this one helps melt your makeup while this one helps lock it in. I'm looking at the mirror and they both look very nice. I feel like the Hard Candy gives more of a luminosity while the Milani helps just lock in your makeup. The skin is looking so good, you guys. I'm so happy that I tried these goodies. And that's it, you guys. We are all done. That is it, you guys. This is the final glam. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I feel like we have so many hits on today's video. This eyeshadow combo, Obsessed. Definitely have to go in with a more white base just to make the eyeshadow color pop. The foundation, I'm actually liking the way it's looking so far. It looks smooth, poreless, and it doesn't feel drying on my dry skin. I would have to keep testing. I think the shade worked out pretty well. I definitely have to keep playing with it just to make sure the shade is for my skin tone. But formula wise, I actually love. This did not disappoint. It went on so skin-like and it was just so easy to blend. Obsessed. And also can't get over the little heart on this. Definitely try the Moira liquid blushes if you haven't. They're gorgeous and they have so many shades. This concealer, you guys, actually impressed me so much. Now that I have the powder under my eyes, and it's been there for a few minutes since I finished this makeup. It looks so good. It looks so smooth. I actually really love. I have to pick up a different shade on this one, like a more brightening shade, but so far I actually really like. You guys, these are Chef's Kiss. I have no other words than to say that I'm obsessed. Skin like, giving you that glow, giving you that bronze, giving you that color payoff. It's so good, you guys. I can see why people are saying this is like an hourglass dupe. So happy I purchased these. I am obsessed and definitely will keep adding these in my routine. A good little product to have on the side. If you need an extra brightening under your eyes, definitely try out these Revolution powder puffs. So happy I went in with the blue. It adds a nice little pop of color which matches with my top. The lip combo, obsessed. If you don't mind the packaging of this lip gloss, you're gonna love. These two, you guys, I would have to keep testing it, but so far I absolutely love both. They smooth out my skin. They melt the powders on my skin while giving me that nice blur and just skin-like finish. I would like to try these two together, but so far I'm really liking how my skin looks. And that is it, you guys. If there's any more products you would like for me to try, let me know down below in the comments. I'm just so happy how drugstore makeup is improving and giving us all the quality products. If you're new here, welcome. I'm happy to have you guys here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.